My name is David Shapiro, and I'm a professor here at Western Carolina University. I've been in the Communication Sciences and Disorders Department since 1984. My motivation for being a speech-language pathologist now for 39 years is both professional, but it is, as you say, it is quite personal. Being a person who stutters adds quite a complexity to just the process of growing up. It's a difficult way to grow up, to be unable to communicate with others.
Hey, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Mike.
My name's Taylor.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Well, I started stuttering at the age of 6 and went through speech therapy in schools, private practices.
Is it worth working to accomplish something where others don't have to do that work?
Right.
My job as a clinician and my job as a teacher is to create opportunities for the person I'm working with to achieve success. Okay, that's what I do. When people experience success, they come to feel a sense of empowerment.
Communications is one of the best gifts. You know, you're able to voice your opinion, you're able to, to tell someone you love them, or to let people know that you're upset or concerned. I mean, it's huge.
Dr. Shapiro has firsthand knowledge of life with a stutter. Growing up, he struggled with communicating with others and became more isolated to avoid speaking to the outside world.
My grandfather was there. He learned through my eyes how much I enjoyed walking with Buddy by the stream. Once when we were walking and he was holding my hand and I was stuttering severely, I remember this, and he said to me, I love you just the way you are.
It was his grandfather and man's best friend who helped Dr. Shapiro through those hard times.
Sometimes people don't know that someone who stutters can speak very fluently when speaking with a pet, and thank goodness for that dog, Buddy. Buddy and I took long walks often in the woods where I grew up, and sometimes stuttering became so challenging.
That knowledge of isolation for people who stutter helps Dr. Shapiro relate to his clients and to encourage their speech progression. Some of the students Dr. Shapiro teaches in the classroom are also his clients, working toward their own communication fluency.
When I learned of Dr. Shapiro's own path to becoming a speech-language pathologist, I was impressed that he drew from personal experience to overcome challenges. Through this work, he became a better therapist, teacher, mentor, and advocate for others who struggle to communicate.
When I first met him and he told me that story, I was just so confused. I was like, man, how was his stutter that bad and he can speak so greatly now? And it's just like he's been a source of a motivation for myself, because to see how bad his was and see that now he's talking in front of committees.
One of the big impacts, of course, is not just on our students and faculty and staff here at Western, but on the professionals that David has worked with over the years in many, many continents and really across the world, to be able to help people who can then help other people in things like stuttering or other communication disorders.
Dr. Shapiro has written a textbook called Stuttering Intervention, which is recognized as one of the leading guidebooks to help speech pathologists work with clients who stutter.
Stuttering is a universal truth. Across languages, across cultures, across countries, we find stuttering everywhere.
I think he's one of the real pioneers, taking it from the point where communication becomes the avenue through which he looks at it. And how do we help people, and in this case, the communication impaired person, through a collaborative journey.
While stuttering can seem mysterious, there is a route to a positive solution, and that's why knowledgeable speech-language pathologists can be of help. I hope that perhaps if this message is heard by folks who stutter, that they will seek help.
He went above and beyond with me, especially. I mean, he took time, countless hours, many late nights here in the building practicing for presentations, practicing for interviews, practicing for every kind of speech imaginable. And I just feel lucky because it made me see like how I need to give back as well.
Yeah, because he is the king. I tell you, the king of speech therapy, and it's awesome that I can work with the king.
He represents the fact that the teaching and research of our faculty matters locally and worldwide. It's an honor to congratulate Dr. Shapiro on his selection as an O. Max Garner Award winner for 2016.
I've always done my best, imperfect as I clearly know I am, to bring pride and perhaps honor to this university, to my discipline, to this country as I travel the world, and perhaps even most importantly to me, to my family. And I hope this recognition is consistent with that wish to bring pride and honor to others.